What's up, everybody? It's your boy Blackbeard, and I'm here with another video. Today we have a Pokemon Unite item tier list for you guys. We're just gonna go through which items is the best items to use in high level play, and kind of go over what might needs to be changed and what might needs to be nerfed and buffed, and etc. etc. So let's go get it started. Let's go start with Aeo's Cookie. So Aeo's Cookie is an item that pretty much every time you score at max levels, every time you score, you get 200 health from scoring. No matter if you score 1 point or 50 points, you still get 200 points, and it stacks up to six times. Not gonna lie, this item is terrible. It's just not good in this meta. Scoring items, period, is not good in this meta. Not only that, the issue with scoring items is it kind of forces you to play bad because you're trying to max out the item's benefits. And a lot of times when you are running a scoring item, it causes you to die because you're just so hungry to score, and you don't want to play like that in high level play. A death in high level play can basically put the enemy team at a crazy advantage just because you died, especially if you die at the wrong time. Assault Vest. Assault Vest is an okay item. The issue with Assault Vest is that it takes 8 seconds for the shield to repopulate and come onto your Pokemon again after it's been destroyed. And any item that takes 8 seconds for its effect to run is not a good item. And because of that, I'm going to have to put Assault Vest in C tier. Attack weight. Attack weight is definitely the best out of the scoring items. It does the same thing as Aeo's Cookie, but as attack weight increases your attack damage instead of your health, but it also maxes out at during its 6 stacks. So attack weight, it's an okay item. The only item that I would run this item on is Lucario. That's the only Pokemon I've seen in the game this item is the most useful on. In my opinion, any other Pokemon should not be running attack weights or any of the scoring items in general. Buddy Barrier, best item in the game, still is the best item in the game, been the best item in the game since day one. Buddy Barrier is just so good in high level play. It's pretty much a must run. The only Pokemon in high level play that don't need to run this is Lucario, and that's because Lucarios are mainly in the lane by themselves. Buddy Barrier just gives the user 40% shield, and it gives the lowest health Pokemon on your team, I believe 10% shields, or 20%. So Buddy Barrier is just amazing. It pretty much turns everybody into tanks when they use their Unite move. It's also a survivability item. Please put this on your Pokemon in high level play. Let's move on to the next item. Choice Specs. Choice Specs is a beast item. This item just gives you so much special attack, that it's just insane. And this item runs best if the item that you put this on, the cooldown that you use, say like you use an item with, let's just say 10% cooldown, or a 9-second cooldown, or even an 8-second cooldown. As long as the cooldown is 8 seconds or more, and it's a special attack move, this is the best item you can run for that Pokemon. And your special attack would increase drastically because this item increases your special attack by a ton every 8 seconds. So if you run this on a Pokemon that has an 8-second cooldown or more, this item is disgusting. One of the best items in the game. Energy Amplifier, B tier. That is a good item. Definitely a good item. It increases your special attack and your normal attack, and it lowers your cooldown, and it makes you do more damage with your Unite move. Very good item. Is average. Only certain Pokemons need to run it, and that's what I have it at B tier. Pretty much any Pokemon that's any item that's in S and A tier, those are items that's pretty much mandatory to kind of run. Really, S tier is items that's mandatory on most Pokemons. A tier is they're good, borderline mandatory, but the ones at the top just does it better. So because of what I just said, I might have to go put Choice Specs at A tier because it can't be run. You can't run Choice Specs on every Pokemon. It's only a select special attack Pokemons. So I'm gonna put it at A tier. Buddy Barrier is pretty much the only item that 90% of the Pokemons in the game need to have. Let's see. Special Experience Share. Experience Share is a good item on support characters. If you're running support, this item is a must. If you're running a support, especially on the comp, and this is a competitive tier list, you want to run this item on your support character in high level play. It just gives your lane an advantage as far as experience. So please run this item. Good item to run on support characters. And it also increases your support character's movement speed as well. Floatstone. Floatstone is a terrible item. And the reason why I'm going to put Floatstone at D tier is because you don't get your increased movement speed unless you're out of combat for 8 seconds. And you really never should be out of combat for 8 seconds. What are you doing? You're supposed to be farming. You're supposed to be doing something with your teammates. You're supposed to be trying to at least poking out your enemies. You're supposed to be doing something always. If you're not doing something for 8 seconds, you're doing something completely wrong. And that's why this item is terrible. To buff this item, turn it to 3 seconds, and this item will be sort of viable. Okay, next one is Focusband. Focusband is S tier. This is another item that should be ran on probably 90% of the cast. This item, as soon as you hit 25% health, it'll proc and it'll just increase your health drastically. It's pretty much a second life that you have, and this item can be ran on every Pokemon. If this item is on your Pokemon, you can't go wrong. Very good item, the best defensive item in the game. Well, Buddy Bear is also a defensive item in the game, so Buddy Bear can also work as well as this is probably number 1. Focusband is number 2 as a defensive item in the game. But let's move on to the next item, Leftovers. Another D tier item. Leftover has the same effect as Floatstone. What Leftover does is it basically increases your sustain and your the damage that's done on your Pokemon. It increases the health regen by a ton, but you have to be out of combat again for 8 seconds for it to take effect. And these 8 seconds items is just terrible. So because of this 8 seconds, you have to be out of combat for 8 seconds. This is just not worth it. Like pretty much every item in the game is way more worth it than Leftovers. Muscle Band. Muscle Band, S tier item. This is another item that can be ran on every Pokemon, especially if you're a ranged Pokemon. Muscle Band is just amazing. It's the best offensive item in the game. Please run this item more times than not. And that's it. Muscle Band, please use it. Razor Claw. Razor Claw, S tier item. Razor Claw right now is the best attack item that goes on specific mons. Well, I would put Razor Claw at A tier because it goes inside the same category as Choice Specs. But Choice Specs is for special attackers. Razor Claw is for just normal attackers. And if you're a melee mon, it'll slow their movement speed down. If you're ranged, it won't slow them down, but it'll just give you that super increased attack power. This is an amazing item. Please use it on your attackers. That's Razor Claw. Let's move on to the next item. Rocky Helmet. Yeah, this item is so bad. Let's go do some adjustments. If anything, I'll probably put Ao's Cookie at C tier. Rocky Helmet is just terrible. Its effect just doesn't work how I would want this item to work. The best solution for this item is, instead of you constantly getting attacked and take a while for it to store damage and then do damage back to the enemy, I feel like every time you get auto attack, the enemy should take some damage to make this item more viable. So that's how they can fix Rocky Helmet. Right now, this item is definitely not worth it. Please, any item that's in this D tier, do not use. It's pointless. Don't use these D tier items. So let's go on to the next item, Scope Lens. Scope Lens, A tier item. This item is very, very good. Very good. It's one of the only items that's pretty much, if your Pokemon is using Scope Lens, please put this item at level 30. Buddy Barrier and Scope Lens are the only items that's kind of must-haves at level 30s. Every other item you could be flexible with, but Scope Lens, if you're running in a ADC such as Cinderace or Greninja, put on Scope Lens, is worth it. The item is just gonna be clutch for you, and that's Scope Lens. Score Shield. Score Shield is another amazing item. This item is also on, if you're using a defender, use this item. If you're using Lucario, please use this item. This is, if anything, Lucario is the second Pokemon in the game that utilizes the Score Shield the best. Crustle being number 1. Score Shield is amazing. You get a shield. You get a shield based off of your max health with Score Shield. So you can't go wrong with this item. They can't stop you from scoring unless they blow up the shield. One of the best items in the game. Shell Bell. I would say Shell Bell is B tier. And the reason why Shell Bell is B tier is that it's an item that's kind of niche. It only works well on certain mons. And not only that, the heal that Shell Bell provides per special attack damage, it's on a massive cooldown. And because of that cooldown, to me, the item just is not that worth it. It does give your Pokemon extra cooldown if you run it, but again, this item just is not worth it on most mons. So because of that, I would put Shell Bell in B tier because it's like super niche. Glasses, special attack glasses. This item goes with the other scoring items, but instead of you increasing your attack or health per bucket per score, you're increasing your special attack damage. Again, with scoring items, they're just super niche. They're not worth it, and they make you play bad. And why I keep saying that they make you play bad is because when you're running these scoring items, you want to score so much to go get your stacks up that you're risking your life to get these scores and get these procs just for you to potentially die, especially in high level. And it's just not worth it. Dying in high level is just so bad because it just takes one death for the enemy to steamroll, and you don't want to die at the incorrect time. So that item goes to C tier. We're going with Weakness Policy. Weakness Policy is a B. I would say that's another C tier item. This item is meant for defenders and tanks. What it does is every time you get attacked, that mon's attack power increases. And in theory, that sounds like it's good, but because that only defenders could really utilize this, there's no real reason for a defender's attack to really go up more, in my opinion. a defender wants defensive items, stuff to make him tanky. They don't need more attack power, and because of that, weakness policy is pretty much useless, as only defenders can use this item. So that's weakness policy. Wise glasses. Wise glasses is a good item. It's just that choice specs is better in most cases. If the Pokemon doesn't, if the special attack Pokemon don't have a, let's go say, an 8-second cooldown on their abilities, to like it's less than 8 seconds, like every, let's say, 6 seconds or something like that, Wise Glasses is probably the better option to increase your special attack power. And yes, this is my item tier list, guys. This is Blackbeard. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time. You guys on Twitch, if you guys want my Twitch link, please look down in the description below to go get my Twitch link. I'll gladly play with anybody that wants to come through and play and hop on with your boy. It's your boy Blackbeard, the Professor, and I'm out. Peace. Ha ha! I'm out.